diablos to you too, sir. Oh, Roach, there's just one more thing I forgot to mention. I lied.
So just some behind-the-scenes stuff, more demons. You can see more of the demon crew just after a day of hard work. They're being cleaned up there on the bottom right. Okay, more behind the scenes. That's Dave Schneider sculpting the K-Demon, I think it is. And of course the Walt Demon, the lead Walt Demon, is on the left. There's Josh, actually from our Vancouver shop on the kind of middle left. He found one of the old Demon Knight tales in a box recently, and there he is with that device that we crammed up people's crotches to make the tails move. So let's give a hand to these makeup effects dudes. These guys, I mean, that whole fiasco at the beginning of us, originally doing a different concept and then having to change it for demons that didn't look like demons, that just looked like Blues Brothers, and then to come back, with a new script and then pitch these demons here. That all ate up time. And when I asked Gil Adler, the producer, so when's the new shooting schedule? He says, the shooting schedule's not changing. It's the same shooting day. You just got to do it faster. And so all these guys, we never slept. We were around the clock. We were shooting. I met you. I think we were probably shooting when we met. We were like so into, we were going. And every day we would do our prep meetings at lunch, like I said. Spray boothy wind tunnel to be able to shoot it, because this was real acid, really eating foam latex. It came out, you can see it in the film, this really noxious yellow smoke. All of that had to be vented out so we could be in there shooting it in masks and crap like that. And of course, if one thing went wrong, we'd all die, but that was the fun and practical.
What was your favorite scene, Charles?
Any scene that Ernest Dickerson is directing becomes my favorite. And I'm not just saying that because it sounds like it's something good to say, but he is a master that allows you to be the best that you can be.
Second that emotion. You're such a great director in that sense.
And a genuine, generous, humble man. And those don't always coincide.
And it's hard for me to pick my favorite scene because I just love coming to work and doing it every day. When you come to work and you got a dedicated cast, dedicated crew, and everybody's all on the same page, and we're just trying to get the movie made. That it's hard to pick out just one day because they were all special.
How long did you keep the sponge in your mouth for that visual gag?
That, like many of the comedic moments, happened on the fly. And it was a moment where we were like, oh, blood seal. Duh, we want to clean it. Right. Props, we got a sponge? What? We got a sponge? Hold on a minute. We got a sponge? Yeah. Can you rinse it? Yeah. Can you bring it over here? Yeah. Here it is. Okay, hold on. We rolling? Good. Holy shit, I'm eating a sponge. And then it was like, it came out perfect. It was like literally that.
It looks like a gag. It totally looks like a gag.
It was pretty quick. Was it one take?
It was
one or two.
Oh, I don't even remember. I think it was pretty quick. Because it was, he did it like, let's say maybe 2 or 3.
Well, and it's such a great character detail. Of course it's going to be that way. And it's magic, but you made it happen, not CG.
Well, thank you. The motivation, the takeaway once I realized that on day one, testing the waters, to just kind of go, okay, can we go here? Am I gonna get pulled back? No. Can I go there? Am I gonna get pulled? And then it was like, no, go farther, surprise me every day. What do you got? And then we kept bouncing. And he's like, how about this? I said, I love that, let me do that. And I was like, how about that? It was the most symbiotic and a truly enjoyable experience I had playing a character in the whole canon of my experience. This character was my favorite to play, truly.
And it was a very comfortable set because we were inside all the time. Originally when I read the script and I'm looking at, oh my God, does that mean we got to shoot 30 nights out in the desert? No, I don't want to do that. And that's when I started looking for a place we could actually shoot it indoors.
So smart.
And it was so comfortable that, you know, we had regular working hours. We were in every morning at 7 and out every night at
11.
6. Maybe you.
My call sheet said 11. I was very comfortable working condition.
Well, I really love watching your process too, because at the very, very beginning of this, you were working on. I don't know if you remember this, but you pulled into our shop, and you had hair, and you popped your trunk, and you said, "Well, you want this one?" And you pulled out another wig out of your trunk, put it on. And how about this one? And it was like hats for you. And you could be different people.
It was Mr. Potato Head.
And it was just like, holy shit. And then I don't know what the genius of you not wearing anything was, but it was the first time I'd ever seen you like that.
There weren't many bald, you know,
that
fellas running around that.
Yeah, now we're everywhere.
We were blazing trails. But to the point I wanted to make about that sponge and that level of weird creativity we were all playing with, right around that time, Robin Williams came out with Aladdin, and the genie was the first time I realized animators animate to actors, because you knew that he was an improvisational genius. A lot of that material wasn't in the script, and it wasn't planned. As a result, he was in the booth, voicing a character. They drew afterwards, and I went, a light bulb went off. I went, oh my God, that's genius. And then I thought about the collection. I was like, he's like a genie. He's a genie, you know, because Robin kept pulling things out of the air, right, to make a point. Anything you need, you can manifest. And this was an incredible tool, so to speak, or ability to create tools to make your point as needed. So that always stuck in my mind, and also fueled the level of, I don't know, whimsy and comedy that we then created a false sense of security from which to then, you know, go for the throat, right? And it was that I felt was a through line and thread for me that allowed for the villainy to be its highest level, and all of the tragedy and craziness and scares, and is because we created these pockets of calm or stress relief through laughter. And that was the secret sauce, I think, when we nailed it. When we found that, it was like, okay, it's catch release, and let's just do this throughout. It was great.
Well, and that sauce is really what makes this movie work. You know, has many great elements. The soundtrack, obviously, I'm going to say the effects, but the cast, all of you carrying characters into this scenario, you know, managed so well by Ernest over there. I still watch this film and love it, and I worked on it.
Everyone had zingers, everyone had laughs to some degree. It was like, the reveals, it was just really great.
I love the hold on, well done there, motherfuckers!
That was simply, how are we going to get rid of the duster? How are we going to get rid of the duster and the cowboy hat? It's like, I got it. It's like, fuck this cowboy shit! You know?
Bringing their A game and 100% into the film.
Maestro.
Billy brought an entire feast of food, one of the last nights, this huge Greek spread that you bought for the cast and crew, and we all just ate like misers, and it was like the most generous thing you could have done, especially after like gluing crap to you like all the time, spraying you with blood and making you do weird things. I had other amazing cast members, Jada Pinkett, of course, on the left, and Dick Miller, both looking really good at these shots. These guys were really fantastic. Everybody put their shoulders into this one, and you know, we would cover them in blood and glue crap to them, and they just kept coming. They never went home, you know, mad. Maybe some of the demons did, but anyway. Jada was she was an amazing choice. I remember when you brought up Jada.
I had just seen Jada in Menace to Society. And I just thought she was really great in that.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, let me try and get that. So Joel had somebody else in mind.
I thought it was Cameron Diaz.
I think it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the shots we saw was of Jada in the demon makeup, which didn't make it into the final film. Could you tell us what that scene was about?
I thought there was a piece in there with Jada in the makeup.
Well, we saw it here, but it was part, if I remember correctly, I think it was part of the when Jada is tempted by the collector, tempted by you in that room where she sees, Breaker up on the wall being eaten, you know, that idea of what could happen, and the idea that she would turn into one of the demons. So that was a piece that was, I think we shot it, if I remember correctly, we shot it, but we cut it down.
Wasn't it in the film? A moment of it?
I don't think so.
I think we need to go back and watch that. But yeah, I know that we shot it, and I think it trimmed down for whatever reason. I don't know why. It's cool. Maybe it was in her contract.
That was the sequel.
Yeah, that's the underground film. Thank you for the question. Okay, so
We don't have an answer.
All right, we have one more.
So speaking of sequels, I'm sure many here, if you want to clap, would love a sequel to Demon Knight.
I've been hearing that from you. I mean, it is ripe for a sequel. But hey, I don't know.
well, Tales from the Crypt's still embroiled in all sorts of, you can't do much of anything just because there's so many partners that don't agree on what they would want to do, so.
Character, you know, and that's what you're relying upon them to do. To actually go some places that maybe I'm not thinking of. I mean, to me, the best fun of being a director is being the first audience for the film. I'm watching the film as making it happen right there. And like you said, I like to see the surprises. I like to see things happen. You know, my life mantra is that creation is a patient search. So even when you're shooting, you're searching. You're still trying to find out what the movie is. And that's what we did.
Any other questions? What's that?
Yeah, why doesn't my...
You won't mind? Is it not working?
It's just writing it like... Where are the lights? End this shit show, please. Sorry, the guy in the booth's just like, can we please stop asking questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
I do. I have a question. So the actual script for Demon Knight precursored Tales from the Crypt.
Sort of.
I think it was
I mean, Tales from
not
the Crypt,
originally intended to be part of the Tales from the Crypt universe.
Right.
It was originally supposed to be a standalone horror film. And I guess Gil and everybody else got a hold of it and somehow decided to fit it into the Tales from the Crypt, because it's not a typical Tales from the Crypt story. It's not a comeuppance story. All the Tales from the Crypt stories are all comeuppance, you know. And there is that in this, but it isn't, you know, the typical Tales from the Crypt structure. Yeah. So Tales from the Crypt just stole it.
I think they bought it.
They took it over.
Gotcha. All right. Any other questions? Anybody?
All right.
It's the last comeuppance.
Oh, there's one back there in the pink shirt.
All right.
Oh, there's actually, I've seen a few others spark up there.
All right. I'm on my way.
When's the last time you guys seen this movie? Recently? Last night! Right on! Awesome. Still plays great, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Thank you.
I know he was a producer on the series, but can you speak a little bit about Bob Zemeckis' contribution to the film?
Bob Zemeckis'?
Robert Zemeckis, yes.
Bob. Robert Zemeckis, of course. Absolutely zero.
The only guys that I dealt with were the late great Dick Donner, who's an amazing gentleman, and Joel Silver. But that was all in post.
But the people here do.
Yeah, they definitely know.
But the people here are linked to everybody. And speaking of everybody, Mr. Zane and actually myself will be over in the hall over there. So come by and say hello.
Well, this was incredible, wasn't it, you guys?
Thank you all very much.
Listen, I want you guys to give an outstanding hand to Charles Fleischer, Billy Zane, special effects creator Todd Masters, and director Ernest Dickerson. Get on your feet and applause.